5 weeks ago, me and a group of buddies got together, decided we wanted to do a mini bike challenge. So we got together, we came up with the rules. The rules are as follows. It's a $400 budget. If you go over the budget, for every $100 range you're over the budget, you get penalized 3 points. So if you go 401, you get a 3-point penalty, same all the way up to 500. If you go 501, it's a 6-point penalty, same all the way up to 600. Let's start with the mini bike. No pit bikes. You can chop up your mini bike, put suspension on it, whatever, as long as it starts as a mini bike. The bike must be powered by a small engine being defined by Google as an engine that starts life with 25 horsepower or less. You can upgrade them, that's fine. If you do a governor delete, you need to have an upgraded high RPM flywheel, just for safety. And you must have brakes, again, safety. Now the challenges. First challenge is going to be a 330-foot drag race. We decided on a double loss elimination. So the second challenge was going to be a relay race. First team member would run up Le Mans start, do a lap around the field, 1 lap or 2 laps. Where we ended up going, we decided on 1 lap. That first team member comes around, gets done with their lap, they change partners, transition real quick, take off. And the first team to come back and cross the line wins. But yeah, then the last challenge is going to be a top speed run within 1/8 of a mile. So we ended up with 3 teams for the event. So first place gets 5 points, second place we get 3 points, and in third place we get 1 point for each event. We don't have any footage of Matt's team, Matt and Dylan. They ended up buying a bike. It's a nice Baja Warrior. I think it had a 196 or a 212. It's already upgraded with a torque converter. It had exhaust on it, like a little Makuni style 22mm carburetor on it. But with that, let's get to the builds.
You want me to restart it?
So we got this mini bike challenge up, and me and Ben got put on a team. He was supposed to be here, but his car overheated, so he couldn't make it. Maybe next time. So as soon as Tim announced the challenge, I got on Marketplace, and this deal popped up for $60, and I couldn't pass it up. It's got some quirks and things that need to be worked out, but here she is. Some assembly required. The story I was told is the guy had a chopper style set up on the front, and he didn't like how it steered. It was crazy and all over the place, so he cut the front end off to fix it. Never got around to it and decided to sell it. We got a 212 non-Hemi motor. It's got the aftermarket carb adapter but no carburetor. Does have a torque converter, so that's a win right there. Gives a lot of possibility and opportunity. I got some Go Fast parts in the mail. We'll get her going and win the challenge. So the one plus of the steering tube being cut off is I can choose my own rake angle. And after doing some research online, most adventure bikes go with like a 29-degree rake angle. So I think I'm going to copy that on here because it should give me good steering and the challenges for speed and stability and maneuvering. So first things first is cutting off these pieces he left on here for me so I can set the proper angle. And I welded it on upside down because my stock's right there. Cool. Alright, I got the steering tube welded back on there. I do have the top part here sleeved for strength, and I don't think that's going anywhere. I want to take it for a quick ride before I put the performance motor on it. So I went ahead and I threw the flat side carburetor I picked up on there. I'll hook up some fuel lines, put some gas on it, and see what it does. Alright, I got the front steering stem put back on. I got the throttle hooked up. I got the brakes hooked up. Still need to be adjusted a little bit. One thing I need to do now is the seat. And luckily I've got a scrap piece of plywood that seems to be about the perfect width. I just got to cut it down. And I redid my boat seats last summer, and I've got the old seat from it So I'm sure between these three things we can make something work. We got the cover put on there, a little wrinkly, but it's good for what it is. That's good. I like that. So we're over here at Ben's working on the motor. He couldn't make it because his BMW overheated. So, and we were checking out the $20 built motor, and we realized why it was only 20 bucks when we were checking it out. If you look down here at the bottom of the cylinder wall, you can see a crack and a break. So, not a deal breaker. That just means we need to move all the Go Fast parts over to the stock motor on the mini bike over there, and we should be good to go. So we got the motor out of the mini bike. We got it draining for the swap. We notice it has a metal cam, so it might already have an updated cam, but it does have the oil sensor. We've got the parts from the one with the broken wall here, which made us realize this one doesn't have an oil sensor. It doesn't even have the holes for it, and it's got different block numbers. I did a quick Google search. This might be a Coleman 200 motor, but all the parts I got should still work. So it turns out this isn't a 212 block, and it's a Honda block. The reason I'm guessing that is because the piston says Honda. But the piston also didn't fit inside a 212 block, and the cam holes are different. There's a few other different things. So luckily all my speed parts are for 212, which is what was on there. Ben's got that bolting back up. We were still able to do the valve springs, the ratio rockers, and the cam. We'll just, keep our fingers crossed that the stock piston doesn't decide to exit the block during the race. But should be good to go.
So we got this Coleman 200U-EX for 80 bucks. Needs a chain put back on. It's got a stock chain and a new chain. And it also needs the pull cord put back together. Picked this motor up for 60 bucks, planning to put it in the mini bike. Doesn't have a cam. Got a cam from Go Power Sports. It's already had he's already done the governor delete on it and the oil pressure or oil switch delete. Got the billet flywheel from him for 60 bucks as well. But this motor did come with all the gaskets I need. I was already planning to tear into it anyway, so it came with all the gaskets. Like I said, everything except for the cam. It's a Hemi motor. Came with upgraded valve springs. So I've already ported the head. Get the valve springs in it. Pull the side block off. Maybe look it over. Put the cam in it. Check our clearances. So got a brand new Bravex performance torque converter off Marketplace for 40 bucks. I'm cutting it close on budget. So I cut the stock flange off of the muffler, or stock muffler there. Kind of ovaled it out, port matched it a little. Got it backwards the first time, so that's why it's a little off. Cut this little piece of pipe here with the elbow on it off an old lawnmower muffler I had in the scrap pile. See that one there? According to the rules, if it's actual scrap, you can use it. It doesn't count against your budget. Can't say I found the motor in the scrap, but muffler. And this tailpipe here, got it off a scrap trampoline you got laying around. Yeah, I'll fix it. Okay. Gas tank on, carburetor installed. Picked up a cheap little 24mm carburetor off of Amazon. Came with an air filter, little intake stuff. I think it was $51, $52. About to test fire it. got it all together, been testing on it. It's really rich. The cheap Chinese carburetor kit I ordered, it came with a bunch of the same jets. Instead of coming with a full range, it's got the higher end, and instead of getting the lower jets, I got several of the same jets, so I can't jet it down anymore. Feels pretty good at wide open throttle. At this point, the challenge is tomorrow. Stock torque converter here is kind of limiting it, maybe that or maybe that. Between that and it being rich, is limiting it to 4,000 RPMs. So again, challenge is tomorrow. I don't even have much budget left. Set the back torque converter spring on the highest setting here, give it the most tension. Hopefully keep that ratio down, RPMs up a little. Drilled out the weights, try to drop a little bit of weight. We'll see how this does. If it works, I might come back and drill them out a little bit more. All right, so we're gonna do double elimination, race 2 at a time.
Sounds like a plan.
You saying chase is a race?
Chase is a race.
I guess so.
So if you leave early and we don't chase,
You leave.
Yep.
yeah, came by you half track.
It wasn't that bad though.
I think he was. Well, they're turning 9,600 RPM with a stock rod. I think he was just babying it. I think he's sandbagging. This is like Pink's All Out over here.
It's the wheelies on startup that keep getting me. We gotta go again? Alright.
Sam won the drag race, got 5 points for that. Came in second with 3. Matt
got 1.
Got 1 point. Right now they're just doing a lap around. We're gonna do the relay race. They're doing a lap around real quick to get familiar with the course, then we'll do a lap and then we'll come back and start the relay race. That's gonna be like a Le Mans start, run up, start it. Team member will take off, do a lap or 2. I guess once we do the course, we'll see if we wanna do 1 lap or 2 laps on it, and then either way, we'll figure that out. They do a lap or 2, you do a lap or 2, and the first one across the line. Looks like somebody's bike has quit. Switcher and pull start back out. This one broke. Bought a little paracord from Sam. Fixed it back up.
That's a $100 paracord. You're over budget now.
Actually, I was $100.30 under, so it's crazy. Their car fell off. They put it back on. Also, throttle cable came off here. Turns out I had it hooked in wrong in the bottom. Might would have really had something for me in the drag race had I had it hooked up correctly to begin with. Definitely a good bit faster now, so that's a bummer. Nice to know it's fixed. What are y'all fixing up over here? Just a
rigging.
GoPro mount?
Just a GoPro mount.
Custom.
Sweet.
Custom, baby.
All right, y'all boys ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go! I was a betting man.
Yeah,
What happened?
The card fell off.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, when Ben was riding, I'm just tightening everything up.
Okay.
I'm glad I sent you out there with the screwdriver.
All right, just finished the relay race. So we took home first in that. Matt's team took home second. Sam and them kicked off the carburetor. Brought home third place on that one. So we got 5 points for winning. They got 3 for second. They got 1 for third. Brings the standings to, they won first the first go around, right? So brings the standings to Matt. 4. Your team's up to 4 points now. Sam and Ben are up to 6. And we have 8 heading into the top speed run.
Felt good.
Let's see what he hit.
You got a little bit more out of her. Did I do it right?
$52.97.
Right.
That's cooking. I don't know if we got anything for that. feel like about, I don't know, 42.
45.24.
45.24, 7 mile an hour off the top.
Yep, and then he was 52.97. He went 12.2 in the 8, and you went 13.3.
Well, Sam and Ben's team took first place in the top speed run. We got second, 45 mile an hour. Matt's team broke another torque converter drive belt.
I think I let off a little early. I think I could have gotten 2 more miles an hour.
So now it's tied. 11 points for us, 11 for them. And then Matt's team has 5.
You tell them how fast they went.
Yeah, they went 52, we went 45. So for the tiebreaker, we're gonna start here, race down. We got 2 tires set up down there. We're gonna do a little down and back around it. Then your team member, you're gonna switch with your team member, and your team member is gonna run down and back. The first one to get back here and cross this line wins. After all 3 challenges, we ended up tied, us and you and my brother. And we had a tiebreaker. You guys ended up winning it. It was a fun time, regardless. Like, I had a blast. Sam, you made this trophy for first place with this cool little mini bike on top and all this stuff. So I guess you get to take your trophy back home with you. Congratulations.
You know,
So, some good redemption.
Yeah.
After
my strategy for this one, on the lawnmower challenge, I think I just took the gas tank off too much.
Yeah,
so
for
this
sure.
one, I only took the gas tank off once. And I think that's what really put me a step above.
Yeah. I had a blast. Like, this was fun. I know Matt and them had to run back to work. We couldn't catch up with them.
Yeah.
But I think everyone here had a blast. I'm just happy we were competitive and it was as close as it was. A couple more upgrades, either to that or pull that motor and put on a different go-kart or something.
Yep. Longer tube so we can't kick the carburetor off.
For sure. I guess the big question is, what's the next challenge?
To you.
Bigger mini bikes.
Bigger mini bikes?
Go-karts.
Some sort of go-kart challenge?
You can do go-karts.
Go-karts.
We'll talk about it. Well, they got Mini Mayhem in a couple of weeks or so.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
Go out there, have a good time, maybe see if we get any ideas for a good challenge.
Head out to Busco.
Yeah.
You got a good challenge idea for next go around? Leave it in the comments below. Let us know. Maybe we'll do it.
Let's
Well,
check that out.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Alright, well, I thought I'd share this with y'all. I decided I'm going to change the name of the channel. My nickname's always been Bull, so I'm going to change the name of the channel to Bull's Garage. It's just a little bit easier to find when you search it. I search pro tips, and there's thousands of pro tips videos. Don't worry, though. You still get all the same great pro tips. You might even learn something. Probably what not to do, but alright, so that's it. A little bit of rebranding. It's going to be Bull's Garage. That's me. I'm Bull. But it'll be same content that it has been. Just a little easier to find when you search. Alright, thanks for watching. That was a drag race right there. I don't even know who got it.
Oh my God,